Welcome to the Astral Weather Report for December 8th through 13th, 2025. I'm Jeremy Eugene Wilson, and I come on here every 6 days to share with you the astrological influences, the neutrino weather that affect and govern our human behavior. The way you think, the way you feel, your relationships, it's all influenced by this energy. So rather than be a distraction or something that creates confusion or slows you down, you can use it, leverage it to your benefit. So over this next 6 days, the energy is about the frequency of influence, right? And so the mental emotional forecast and kind of what you can expect a little bit this week just heightens everyone's sensitivity to motive, to credibility, to power dynamics, right? So the difference between influence and manipulation is the motive and intention, right? People are reading energy a little bit more than words. You have to remember this next few days that communication is 93% nonverbal. You can say all the right things, but what you're saying without your mouth and without the words you type, that's what matters most, and that's where misalignments are going to show up the most obvious. So you might just notice an energy feeling like you need to prove yourself, sell a little harder, maybe just feeling a little bit misunderstood or undervalued. You might feel some tension around leadership. There might be a little bit of a power struggle anywhere where control or leadership is required. You might feel that around anywhere that there is responsibility and obligation. Negotiation energy, whether it's with your kids, your spouses, your clients, your teams. It can be really easy to have a snap response, quick reactivity response when someone questions you or your authority or your intention in any way, shape, or form. So underneath all of this, right, there's just this pressure to center yourself instead of performing and to influence through presence rather than effort and tactics. So the reason this energy is in alignment is the sun has moved into the 26th signature. So in human design terms, that's called gate 26. It's known as the trickster, the ego tamer. The way this energy shows up in distortion is, you could end up telling little white lies. You can stretch something, manipulate something, exaggerate too much, show up and perform instead of be present, convince instead of ultimately stand in your authority. So you definitely don't want to bend the truth for results in any way, shape, or form. The easiest way to navigate this, even though there might be a compulsion or a pressure, it's just communicate your motives and intentions clearly, first with yourself and then with others. Operate with more quiet confidence, right? Insecurity is loud and confidence is quiet. So just, stand firm in your intentions and ultimately, focus more on congruency and coherence this week. This is the week where people trust your frequency more than your words. The earth has also moved into the 45th signature. This is gate 45 in human design. This is all about the king and the queen. This is about stewardship energy. And the way this shows up distorted and can create a distraction is if you try to be dominant, you try and use control and roles for control, for power. Any form of entitlement or any kind of power grab, it's not going to work in your favor. So the way to utilize this energy is just show up in service and stewardship, in grounded leadership, stabilizing the group, right? Just remember that authority is felt when you hold the field. It's not because of a role or something, right? It's not when you grip tighter, create force. You lead by stabilizing, not forcing. The world we live in now, you have to remember that leadership is an elected role. And the person that we always elect or choose or vote to lead us is the one that has our core desires and outcomes, has an understanding of our needs at the forefront of their focus. And so we elect the person that we know has our needs, our desires, and our preferences in the forefront of their intention. So when you lead with where we have aligned intention, aligned values, aligned desires, then it's going to be easier to step into more influence. So, we just moved through a really strong full moon. You'll feel just a little bit of tender emotion coming into this. Just use a little bit more buffers, pause before you speak, etc. Definitely avoid over-explaining yourself. If someone asks you a question and the answer is no, you don't even have to explain the reason why. Let it be no. Don't force any outcomes through pressure, through tactic, emotional exaggeration, or any kind of persuasion tactic. It's gonna land short of what you're looking for as far as influence. So don't try and micromanage. Don't try and defend your credibility or any place of authority. The greatest way to utilize this energy is just speak less, but be more precise. Slow down, right? Have a little stronger presence. Be the steady one in the room. Let results and energy communicate for you, right? It's always been said, actions speak louder than words, but the same is true with power, authority, and presence. Audit where you're, showing up with motive versus intention, right? Ask yourself, what is my real motive here? What is motivating me? What is my intention? What do I want? What I want is what I want for you, what I want for me, what I want for them, what I want for the world. Just audit your desires and your motives a little bit. Something really simple. The easiest way to put this into motion is the next time you feel like getting defensive about anything or responding to plead your case, just a deep exhale. Let a full neuron synapse reset before you share any and every important message. Ground your posture before you speak, right? Shoulders down, exhale slow, set your expectations clean, calm, confident. Hey, I want to share something with an intention of aligning in more trust, aligning more respect, and ultimately operating from the same page. Just make sure your expectations and your intentions are clearly communicated in a clean, calm, confident manner. Replace your extreme effort with just energetic coherence. It's not some cute, catchphrase. The Heart Math Institute has proved when our thoughts frequency align with our emotional intention frequency, it creates a coherent state. And people, plants, animals can feel that intention, and it creates a steady heart rate variability and a feeling of peace to the nervous system in ourselves and in others. So just kind of pay attention to that, right? Audit where you're performing instead of just showing up and leading. Ask yourself some really critical questions this week, right? Where am I trying to be impressive or perform instead of just be intentional and clearly communicate my motives? Externally, how can I embody leadership without performing or trying to control or manipulating in any capacity? I want to anchor this just a little deeper. I said something earlier. The difference between influence, persuasion, and manipulation is integrity. It's our intention, no hidden motives, and intention for service to all. That's the greatest way to operate with influence. So remember that this week. It's really easy, especially those of us that have mastered our communication skills in some capacity, to forget to communicate our intentions, our highest motives for the tribe. And so sometimes people pump the brakes and are like, is this person just trying to serve themselves? Clearly communicate all your intentions and motives, and ambiguity will leave your relationships. You'll operate with more clarity. It'll seem like the path to achieve your outcomes and your dreams open up more naturally. Ambiguity is one of the greatest enemies to deeply connect relationships with ourselves, with others, with our creator, and with the vision we have for our future, right? Or the connection we have with our future self. So just thought I'd drop that here, a little extra anchor for this week. This coming Wednesday, we have a breakthrough lab where I'm going to go a little deeper on this, how to set yourself up through the end of the year and the beginning of the year to step into a higher identity. A lot of people set big goals coming into the end of the year and into the new year. I'm going to help you reframe that belief and help you set some new identity anchors so that you can accelerate your results, make more money right away, even close out this year into massive momentum, and ultimately create results that aren't just a goal or a target to hit, but a sustainable reality that becomes our new normal. So if you want to dive into a little bit about that, Wednesday, the Breakthrough Lab, either DM me on Instagram or reach out to whoever invited you here and we'll get you a link. It's free to the first 100 people that join. In the meantime, I'll see you back here in another 6 days for another episode of the Astral Weather Report. Until then, remember what you are, remember what you're not. You're not your thoughts and emotions. You are the light. Shine on. Bye for now.